Hi everyone, and welcome to the AI Explainer. Forget the history you learned in school. Forget the dusty textbooks and the long, boring dates. We're about to pull back the curtain on a version of India's past that is more advanced, more mysterious, and more thrilling than you could ever imagine. What if I told you that 5,000 years ago, while much of the world was still living in scattered huts, there were sprawling, meticulously planned cities in India, not just cities, megacities, with streets laid out in a perfect grid, two-story brick houses, and something that would seem like a miracle even centuries later, indoor plumbing and sophisticated sewage systems. This wasn't Rome. This was Mohenjo Daro, a jewel of the Indus Valley civilization. And they weren't just engineers. They were pioneers of luxury. They gave the world the first ever buttons, not for function, but as pure fashion. But the secrets don't stop in the ancient past. They're standing right in front of us, defying science. In Delhi, there's a pillar of iron. It's been standing for over 1,600 years, exposed to sun, wind, and monsoon rains. Yet it refuses to rust. Modern metallurgists are still stunned by its purity and its resilience. How did ancient Indian craftsmen forge a metal so pure that it laughs in the face of time itself? The world flocks to Oxford and Cambridge, but centuries before them, India had the greatest university on the planet, Nalanda. This wasn't just a school, it was a city of knowledge, a sprawling campus with towering observatories, grand libraries holding 9 million manuscripts, and lecture halls that hosted 10,000 students from across Asia. They studied medicine, astronomy, logic, and mathematics. When invaders burned it to the ground, it is said the libraries smoldered for 3 whole months, a tragedy that plunged the world into a dark age of lost knowledge. We talk about great conquerors, but have you heard of the kings who commanded the seas? The Chola dynasty. For over 400 years, their naval fleet was the most powerful in the Indian Ocean. They didn't just rule India. Their influence, their trade, and their temples stretched all the way to Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. They were a maritime superpower whose story has been largely submerged by the tides of history. And what about the warriors history forgot? Long before Rani Lakshmibai, there was a queen in the south, Rani Abacachota. In the 16th century, she fought the mighty Portuguese Empire, not once, not twice, but repeatedly for over 4 decades. She was one of the first freedom fighters to use a powerful tactic, fighting at night, a queen of fire and shadow, who repelled a European superpower when kings and emperors were falling. Her name should be shouted from the rooftops. Now, think about your daily life. Do you use shampoo? The word itself, the very concept of washing your hair with herbal extracts, comes from the Hindi word champo, meaning to press or massage. It was an Indian practice adopted and commercialized by the British. What about that game of strategy you play on your phone, chess? It was born in India during the Gupta Empire, where it was called chaturanga, meaning the 4 divisions of the military: infantry, cavalry, elephants, and chariots. From the courts of Indian Maharajas, it traveled the world to become the ultimate test of intellect. Even the numbers you use every single second were revolutionized here. The concept of zero. It sounds simple, but it's the most profound invention in mathematics. The Bakshali manuscript, an ancient Indian text, shows the first ever recorded use of zero as a placeholder. Without zero, there would be no binary code, no computers, no space travel. It is the silent, invisible engine of our entire modern world, born from the mind of an unknown Indian genius. But history in India isn't just about the past. It's alive. In Meghalaya, people don't build bridges, they grow them. For generations, they have guided the roots of rubber trees across rivers, weaving them into intricate living structures that become stronger with each passing year. A perfect harmony between human ingenuity and nature, a tradition that is hundreds of years old. So you see, the story of India is not a simple, linear tale. It's a treasure chest of lost technologies, forgotten empires, and world-changing ideas. It's a history so rich and so deep that we have only just begun to scratch the surface. The clues are everywhere. In the rust-proof pillars, in the words we use, in the games we play. The past is not dead. It's not even past. It's a living, breathing current, and it's waiting for you to dive in. The real story is just beginning. If you have liked this video, please subscribe for more.